Hello everybody, this is Jamie the D, and welcome to Invisible Inc. by Clay Entertainment, a stealth procedural roguelike. Let's begin with some story. Now, there are several difficulty modes. Most important is the rewinds, which are basically, you fucked up, go back to your last turn. We'll actually be seeing this in this video. There is a good reason, though.
Get to the main server, collect the data, and get out. No detours.
Copy that, Central.
Proceeding to target. Insertion was clean. Alarm level holding steady. We need to get to the 3rd floor. We can make our way to the server room from there.
Any chatter on the comms?
Negative. It's silent on all frequencies.
They should have detected us by now.
Receiving priority wireless transmission.
They're onto you. Get out. Get out of there!
HQ compromised. We're going to need an extraction. I've got Incognita. Deckard and International are on their way.
Get to the roof. I'll cover you. Go!
Decker, how long till extraction?
30 seconds.
Get us out of here.
As you can tell, we're in deep shit, but more on that in a moment, because there's more talking.
We've got work to do.
So, here are our 2 starting characters. We can unlock more, but
International is one of the best all-round operatives I've ever seen, but she's held back by an unfortunate abundance of social concern. If used correctly, she's the bedrock upon which you can build a winning team. Just don't ask her about the plight of the global proletariat. I found Decker living in a bottle after his termination. He's cleaned up since then, but I keep eyes on, just to be sure. The 20th century thing is an unfortunate affectation, but I'm not paying him for his fashion sense. Operator, are you there? Good. I was afraid you didn't make it out. Headquarters is gone. Most of our agents have been captured or killed, and our accounts all frozen. I don't know how the corporations found us, but you can bet they won't give up now that they've had a taste of blood. The Jet's stealth rig should keep us hidden if we keep moving, but Incognita can't survive long on backup power. She's got 72 hours, tops. We need to mount a counterattack before then, or we'll be defenseless against their scans. If that happens, we may as well just crash this thing into the ocean. You've never seen the inside of a corporate deprogramming chamber. I won't see the inside of another. Incognita is scanning for targets of opportunity where we can replenish our supplies. Follow her leads and gather what resources you can. I'll run through our contacts and see what favors I can call in. We're going to need all of the advantages we can find in the coming days.
So, yeah, we are actually an underground organization who are unfortunately no longer underground.
Executives are notoriously slack when it comes to network security, and their terminals are full of interesting information. We found a lightly guarded executive complex here. Get in, find the computer, and steal their contact list. Then we'll have our pick of future targets.
The first is always a list of targets. So now we get into the game proper.
B-Log acquired. Ready for transport.
Bad news, operator. They caught us completely by surprise, so we have no firepower with us. The guards' weapons are gene-coded to their owner, and useless to us. We're going to have to make do with what we can find along the way. We've beamed you through the security grid. You should be somewhere near the target, but you'll need to look for it. Get the list and find a transport pad to escape. But be quick about it. They noticed a disturbance when we ported in, and their alarm level is already rising.
So, our objective is to locate the executive terminal, and luckily our two agents are pretty goddamn buff. Decker, for example, starts with a cloaking rig. And on top of that, he's also quite good at brawling. Meanwhile, International starts with passive wireless, which is bloody great, as we'll see now. Within a certain range, she will notice anything you can hack. And here I make what's potentially a mistake, because I'm not looking at the map properly. But thankfully, it doesn't cost us anything. Now, there's not much we can do about that guard, this turn or otherwise. But we can hack that corporate safe, so it's not a complete loss this turn. Let's save that one for later. Right, since we're pretty much out of action points, or rather out of action points we're willing to use, you don't have to move your full AP every turn. The enemy takes their turn, and the security level goes up. Every 5 turns, we'll have a new wrinkle. This is a very good reason to go through the game pretty quickly.
That's an executive terminal. It still has a solitaire game up on the screen.
Now, as I briefly mentioned, we are not in fact a big corporation. We were the Resistance, and we just, at the beginning of this game, we got our asses handed to us. And we've only got a couple of days. 3, in fact, to sort this out. Now, hacking this terminal merely opens it up for interaction. It acts like a safe, in that you have to hack it before you can open it. And we decide not to interact with it yet. Why we don't do that will become very clear once we actually do. For now, though, you can rotate the view with Q and E. And, okay, cameras, not too much of a problem. Security guard, that's a bit more of a problem. Now, we haven't tased anyone yet, and we definitely can't kill anyone in this stage. So, we decide we'll get that power. And this is a little misleading. We won't actually be spotted because you see those eyeballs with shields? Cover prevents sight, and we know this guy isn't going to walk any further up. Nonetheless, we want an eye on him, and this is why we'd have trouble dealing with him. If we knocked him out, that security laser, which as far as I'm aware is an infrared laser, tells people where you are, raises the security level, would go off. And he's looking right at us the rest of the time. Of course, there is a door, but that goes through the security laser. Bit of a problem. Now, we could find the thing that turns off the security laser, but you know what? It's not worth the hassle. First we set Decker to check what's going on, and sweet! Another safe, 2 more consoles. Consoles give us the power for hacking, and right now we're starting with your bog standard stuff. Power Drip, which gives us 1 power a turn, and Lockpick, which for 2 power gets rid of 1 firewall. That's the red numbers in Incognita view. Incognita, by the way, is our friendly AI. And we're going to take a not quite gamble here. Now that we know their security patterns, we know that they're not going to look in certain directions. By the way, always close doors behind you because they block visibility. Yep, nobody's gonna see us there. See? And... ha.
Alarm level 1. Additional cameras active.
2 wrinkles in 1 turn. The extra cameras aren't so much a problem, and we're not touching the nanofab right now because we're saving our money. But 2 security guards in 1 room, and we didn't notice until now because their patrol routes were staggered. Now, on the upside, that means we could theoretically take out 1 a turn. On the downside, we definitely can't take out 2 a turn because our taser has to recharge after every knockout. Thankfully, we've spotted the exit elevator, which means that everything we need to finish this map is in place, or rather is found. Still... I and ah quite a bit about whether I should be out here. Not that they can see us, but whether I should be. And eventually I decide, no. No, it's not worth the risk. This game is all about risk management. Now, that's what I meant about patrol routes being staggered. This guy, for some reason, always takes a second set of steps. Nonetheless, we'll send International to get our objective. Again, I consider knocking him out, but that 1 turn of grace just isn't enough. So instead, I take a look in here. Nice. Now, I've actually made a mistake there, but it won't become apparent until later. See if you can spot it before it happens. Now this is sodding annoying. There's really not much we can do except wait. So I send Decker on a bit of a useless errand to spy on the other door. Why is it useless? We've got 2 cameras in the room that cover the whole room. There's no point in Decker peeking through this door. The other door, however, could have given me a very important clue as to a mistake I'm about to make. This guy's patrol route doesn't change, so we don't need to spend 1 AP to keep an eye on him and predict his movement. However, we're hitting security level 2 out of 5. Ooh, that's not so good. That means we're taking it a little bit slow. And again, I consider knocking them out, but no, it's too dangerous.
Alarm level 2. Firewalls increased. Data security.
Now, seeing as we always have a maximum of 20 power, that means we can hack at most 10 firewalls before running out of power and needing to find a console. This is one of the interesting choices of this game, and Security Level 2 definitely encourages you to get as much hacking as you can humanly do before the 5th turn. And here's our site list.
Good job. You've got the site list. They noticed you poking about and have changed up their patrols. Be careful on your way out.
This is, on the one hand, an irritation, on the other, a godsend. Because this guy moves further up to check out the problem. And this guy also does so. So, being a bit paranoid, I make sure I stay in cover. I can't peek, though. That's annoying. Not a killer, because nothing can reach us in one turn. But still annoying. And here's the KO. Now, as long as we got this guy pinned, we can actually keep him knocked out. And he's got a level 1 security pass card. Beautiful! That is a genuinely useful item, which, funnily enough, will end up having use in this very mission. So, yeah. You can see that somebody is moving towards us. There's not a lot we can do about this. We have a peek. We don't even bother having a peek, because either he'll come in and we'll use the ambush command. Basically like a combat Overwatch. Or he won't, and we'll get to see where he is next turn. So, we're dragging this guy. It costs 3 AP at our current strength, and oh! That was a mistake. And that could have cost us very dearly.
Investigate. I guess our imagination's just getting the best of us.
Thankfully, that guy finds...
Additional guard patrols. Evasion recommended.
That guy finds checking out the threat upstairs more of a priority, which I'm very thankful for. Now, again, we know this guy is going to check out this room, so he's not going to come by. We could knock him out, but that wouldn't really be very useful. By the way, both security levels 3 and 4 are an extra security guard pops in through one of the other elevators. And that looks like someone hacking, doesn't it? In that room we can barely see with the camera, but it isn't. It's one of those weird graphical glitches. Well, it's not a glitch, it's just an optical illusion. But anyway, we have ambush ready. Let's pray. Good. Chump A did the right thing. And Chump B is okay. And here is where we get to see Rewind, because sometimes you make mistakes. This is a mistake that could have been prevented. We can't drag that guy, but that's okay. 3 turns of unconsciousness is plenty of time to get... Oh, shit. That's a security guard. Don't really have a choice here. I hate using rewinds. I think they're a little dishonest. But sometimes you do genuinely need them. So that invalidated not 1 but 2 turns. The turn we were having and the turn before. So a bit of repetition here, because we know this works at least. That is a funny optical illusion. Yeah, with the same stimuli, the enemies will do exactly the same things. Thankfully, the security guard in here is not the kind of guy who is worried about doors closing and in fact can't see any of the things that just happened. Isn't that lucky? Now, again, taking a bit of a gamble. I'm moving a little closer to that locked door because I figure it's gonna end up being quite useful. And yeah, no, he's gone over to that wall for reasons best known to himself. I'm not going to predict his movements because I don't have to. Close that door. And because again, this guy can't really get in one turn and I can cloak in any case. Level 1 security door unlocked with our level 1 keycard. Fuck yeah. Decker's gonna keep our guy pinned. The consciousness meter will not go down so long as they're pinned. But of course, dragging a body around slows you down. And I think, what the hell? Let's hack that for the hell of it. So yeah, we are almost done. Close the door behind us. It's not only polite, it blocks sight. We'll be out of here long before 2 turns is gone. Well, actually no, we'll be out of here exactly when 2 turns is gone. But let's close that door just to, be sure. And if you saw that elevator icon...
Additional guard patrols. Evasion.
Alarm level 4 on the first mission. This doesn't bode well. Alarm level 5, by the way, if we'd have hit that while we were in this elevator room...
Excellent work, Operator. Now to sift through the data and find the juiciest targets.
we'd be in trouble. We'll see 5 soon enough. But for now, that was a pretty good run. Little slow, but pretty good. So we get to level people up. There's nothing to buy yet. So obviously we want International to be a little faster. We want everyone to be faster. And we'll give Decker the extra carrying capacity for now. Yeah. Now, Liss will get us a couple of things.
I've re-established contact with Monster. His network picked up the attack just before it hit us, and we're working to trace it back to the source. In the meantime, he's offered to sell us some of his more rarefied stock.
Greetings. I don't often perform transactions face-to-face, but Gladstone is an old friend. I'll contact you when anything becomes available.
Thank you, Monster. If we find their central server, we may be able to bring them down, or at least distract them long enough that they lose our trail. Continue scavenging operations, and I'll keep you posted as more intel develops.
We're almost to the end of the video, but first, let's pick our target. Detention center.
The corporations are technically at war with each other, but reality is much more complex. Executives maintain extensive intercorporate connections as they defect back and forth, making their personal terminals very tempting targets.
More targets can wait.
Most nanofabs have advanced security protocols to prevent unlicensed fabrications. The fabricator at this location has been compromised, so we'll be able to construct a wider range of items.
Useful if it sticks around. That's another list.
The corporations are technically at war with each other, but reality is much more complex. Executives maintain extensive intercorporate... Detention centers hold high-value human assets for interrogation and deprogramming. They may be intercepted invisible agents on site.
This one. See you next time.